Hi, high school teachers. So the next thing I want to be able to show you is once you've assigned something, especially through the Google Docs, what that looks like on the teacher end. Now, I don't have a traditional grade book like you do because I don't have students. So what we did is we created a fake eighth period class and put my daughter in it. So I tend to go over to the planner, which is a very nice feature if you haven't been using it, because not only can you see like your units and your lesson plans and you can create things from there, you can actually create assignments right from here. This is also where you could look for things in the library. If you have somebody, another teammate, maybe that's created something and put it in the library, you can search there. So I've gone ahead and created some fake assignments, and I've made just ones of various nature so you can kind of see what it looks like. So one of the first things I assigned to her, and I'm going to go ahead and I called it an essay. And when I go in to score it and evaluate her work, she typed just right here into Infinite Campus. This was not connected to her Google Drive. And of course, she put the song lyrics to Hooked on a Feeling. So for those of you that know me, you know this is my child. So then right from there, I can go ahead and score her assignment. I'm going to go ahead and close that one. One of the other things I did was, this was just kind of another testing area. This is actually a discussion, and in the instructions I said just write a word, because I don't want to make these too difficult for her. So if I go again, evaluate the discussion, and she quite literally wrote a word. So I replied back to her. So I was able to score that right in there. So I will close that. The next thing, and this 10th grade unit 1, this was one that I looked for in the library and took it from another teacher. So if you're creating things and you don't want other people to be able to see it, you might want to click it as a draft. But this could be a great way for us to share things that we're doing, especially if we end up working remotely. So this latest one, I assigned a poem, great directions here, write a poem, make it good. And when I went to score it this time, I told her I do want you to absolutely send it through your Google Docs. I want to see what that looks like. And she said it was a little more of a pain than just getting to type right in the thing. But maybe it took her 30 seconds from the time we were walking to the car. And I told her just go ahead and attach anything. So when I go to evaluate the work, as you can see, there are her Google documents right here. So when I look at the text submission, and here we have her slam poem, slam poetry, yelling, angry, waving my hands a lot. Again, you can tell this is my child. I also, in that assignment setup, actually created a rubric for it. And as you can see, this is not a very complicated rubric. But I can click right here. Okay, yeah, it's got everything I want it to. And then it will, whoops, I unclicked it. And then I can go ahead and put in the total points. The latest thing I've wanted to see as I've been playing around with this, I want to see if I create a self-scoring quiz in Google Docs. Will it just give me the doc, or will it put in that score? I can play around with it, get back to you. For those of you that have been using it, please feel free to respond to this email of any other tips that you think might be useful. I'm also going to attach to this email some of the tutorials, especially if you end up with some time on your hand and you want to maybe do some of the video tutorials or maybe even some of the simulations. I found that to be the most useful because it made me kind of click through and see what I was trying to do. That could be really helpful for you. Other than that, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us. We'll be available, even if we end up working remotely, we'll be answering emails, and I will make my phone number available for you in case you need me to walk you through any of this. All right, thanks.